Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Bagels and Business for breakfast. And it's early Monday morning yet again. Hi, Yvonne.
Hello, Sharon. Hello to our bagels and business for breakfast
You need
business
me
owners.
you need me to move my head so you can read.
I got it.
Ooh, it's rough sometimes in the morning.
Yes.
If you didn't know already, I'm the founder and CEO of the Business Vision and Development Center, and my co-host is I am Yvonne Lorraine.
Hey, y'all, from Innovative Visions.
That's right. So today we're going to talk about selling techniques. And before we got on air today, I was having a conversation with Yvonne about selling. And, we're transparent here. We don't have all the answers,
That's
and we're
right.
moving through the process and we take suggestions. So if you have any, please share. And then I was kind of saying to her that I'm really comfortable with talking about business, about the actual mechanics of doing business, but I'm challenged in the selling arena. And if you're in business, you're in sales. I mean, that's what you're there for, unless you just a volunteer or just doing it out of the kindness of your heart. And a lot of people are doing that. But as a business owner, we are here to make revenue.
Mhm.
So we have to figure out how to do that if it's not our calling, if it's not something that comes easy to us. We have to learn how to mesh one thing with the other. Some people are good at salesmanship, but not the management of the business. Some people, vice versa. So, first, you have to recognize where you are in terms of that.
That's right, Sharon. I agree. We have to take time out to really be real with ourselves as business owners to identify with our strengths and our weaknesses, because I too know that sales is not my area. Because I want to just get the work done. I'm the doer of the job. I'm going to make sure it's done. Now, to be able to sell the product or the service, I really want to say, I hope you see in me what you need. You're going to want it. But like you said, that does not work always. So have to learn how to be the number one cheerleader of selling your products and your services.
You got that right. And one of the terms that is used in selling is called unique selling proposition. Unique selling proposition. USP. So I want to let our business owners, we're going to do some stuff on business vocabulary at some point, but I want you to be able to sit in a room with business owners, CEO, corporations, and know terms. And when they talk about USP, they're going to say, what's your USP? Your unique selling proposition. And it just boils down to, we talked about niche. What makes you different? What makes you different from the other person that is selling the same products or services that you are? So that's where your research comes in. You go, you look at a couple of businesses, see what you like about their USP, and take what you need, add a little bit of yours, little bit of theirs, and come up with your own spice blend.
Mhm.
Because each industry, each person, each thing, product and service does come with its own set of individuality,
Mhm.
but a lot of it is so much the same.
Yes.
So we have to be able to point out what's different in ours and highlight that. So that's what I ask business owners to do when they think about how am I going to sell my products and service and make it stand out from the rest.
That's right, Sharon. And I'd just like to share from Innovative Visions in reference to, I'm gonna use the life coaching part because we'll talk about the business part, I'm sure, but we know there are a lot of life coaches out there, and it's like what makes
Yes,
what
yes.
makes my business and my service so different that someone should want to buy my service versus someone else. And when I took the time to work through to figure that out, I would say that what makes my business different is the fact that I specialize in trauma, childhood trauma, and I help people to work through their childhood traumas that are impacting their lives in their adulthood. Now, there may be some others who are doing that as well, but there are not as many. And I am the best at it, Sharon. I believe that I am the best at it, and I love the work that I do with that.
And I'm glad you brought that up, Yvonne, because that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about is customization. You may have the same similar product, business owners may have same or similar products and services, but to be able to customize it, to narrow it into something specific, and then it helps you be able to target a specific demographic. If you're just a coach, what are you coaching on? The whole world, you know?
Right?
And even with life skills, you know, that's narrowing it down, but trauma and childhood trauma brings it into a little bubble.
Yes.
And the other thing about what you just said about childhood trauma, once they're with you, they're going to be with you. And then you can expand your services to them. Once we get that fixed, we on to the next thing and on to the next thing. Next thing you know, they in the business coaching, you know, because they've settled all the stuff behind them. And so customization of your products and services is key.
Yes.
So Yvonne, when you and I'm not sure how you, as the coach, goes about selling the product. I mean, you have a conversation, somebody comes to you, and then what happens?
Well, from the start, if I have a potential client, I would have my 30-minute consult with them to find out where they are and what is taking place, to see, what it is that they are feeling like, why did they reach out to me, or why did they feel that they wanted to talk to me? And from there, I would determine which program I have that may suit them, to help them to work through, depending on what that conversation was. And we go from there, because they may need to work with me one-on-one for a 6-month program versus the 12, versus the year program for real. And sometimes because people are, depending on your service, people need to know that it works for them. Yeah. So a lot of times, I may offer them just a month, because I know they get results on their first visit with me.
Yes, so, I get results. So when we do the coaching couch.
As long as they're willing to do the work, they get the results. So we kind of go from there, Sharon.
And another thing, a key point that you brought up is that we as business owners have to listen more and talk less. If you listen more, you're able to customize your products and services a lot better. I want our business owners, I know in a world of mass production, it's easy to get lost. And if you really want to stand out, you may have to do some premier services and products that are customized and tailored to
Yes.
your clients. One thing about that is it makes them feel special. They not getting the stuff off the shelf. They
Yes.
get VIP service and products. So that's a good selling technique. Everybody else is getting this, but let's have a conversation so we can see what your specific needs are. And I'm going to customize something especially for you. So you want to make sure as a business owner, you got to be flexible.
Yes.
You can't be rigid and not listen to your clients, and word of mouth is everything.
That's for sure. So when clients are happy, they will definitely share. Like you said, they will come back. They will give testimonials, and we want all of that from our clients, to be honest. But you have to be very know what it is that you're trying to do or what you are offering. You have to operate in the place of integrity, because people, they want to know that if you say that you're there for them, they want to know that you are. You have to show up. You have to show up for your clients. And Sharon, you and I have done that with some of our new business owners. We show up, they show up, and it's a win-win situation.
That's right. And, sometimes we have to go out of our norm to let them know, yeah, you're special.
Yes.
And really they are. And so once they say, oh, okay, well, dang, she did a 12 o'clock meeting on a Saturday. I mean, sometimes we got to do what we got to do, and we're in the business of helping people.
Yes.
And sometimes it goes far beyond the 9 to 5. So if you're out here selling products and services, flexibility is key. Some of the other techniques that you can use when people sell products, more so than services, is you can offer a money back guarantee. If they're not satisfied, then no questions asked, you get your money back. You'll know your frequent flyers if they keep buying stuff and then they're not satisfied. But it allows the person that's buying your product to say, oh, they really believe in their stuff if they're going to give me a money back guarantee.
Yes, Sharon. And even with the services, that is part of what I shared earlier. You may have a 12-week program, but you may offer the 4-week to say, if you're not satisfied, we don't have to go any further, and neither do you owe any money any further. So that's kind of like the guarantee that you're going to get your results as long as you do the work.
The other thing I want to mention is I don't know who's out there still, and I don't like hearing, I don't know who needs to hear this, but I'm gonna tell you this. I don't know who is out there still calling people like insurance salesmen. I don't particularly like it. First of all, we're very busy, and I don't like to be called to say, hey, do you have a minute, Sharon? I don't know you. I don't know what you're selling. And whenever you call, I'm pretty much busy because I'm busy all the time, even if it's taking a nap. So I don't know if cold calling is working for anyone. You may get a couple of people, but it would probably be the older generation. You are not going to call some millennial and get them on the phone and try and sell a product or service. So I want you to think about your demographics when you're selling and sell to people who are most likely to buy your products. It's going to be difficult for me to sell startup services to people who have been in business 30 years. It just doesn't make sense.
All right.
So, look at those things as a selling technique.
Sharon, I would just like to add when you spoke about the millennials, you definitely have to figure out how to be digital, how to be on social media, because otherwise they not even gonna listen to you. They're not searching you no kind of way
They don't even know you exist.
at all. So
And
yeah,
you got to learn their language.
exactly. So I mean, that's crucial, especially for maybe somebody who's been in business for quite a while, used to doing things in a particular way. And myself, I feel like sometimes you have to know your business, you have to know, you know, who it is, and like you said, the demographics of what you're trying to do and who you're trying to serve. But you may need to have a balance of it all. You may need to do it all in some form or fashion, because one way just not may not work for what you're offering. So if you know who you're trying to reach out to, there may be several ways that you need to be able to reach out to them. And you have, as the business owner, that's for you to know, that's for you to figure out.
Okay. More homework.
Yes.
Another thing I want to give a tip on is practice your presentation. You know, people talk about your 30-second elevator pitch, taglines, all of that. It's nothing more challenging, I was going to say embarrassing or whatever, to somebody ask you, oh, tell me about your business, and you stumble along. Like, huh? You start talking about this over there and what I did back then and what, tell me what products, services you offer and how they can solve my problem.
That's it, and that's all. Because no, they do not want to hear the history of how you got, that was not the question. It's like, what do you do?
They do not want to hear about how your mortgage has skyrocketed. They don't want to hear about your political affiliation, your religious affiliation. This is your chance to nail it and hook them. I got that from Yvonne the Hook. So practice your presentation.
Yes.
It shouldn't be long. In a minute, you should be able, a minute is longer than people think. Tape yourself, record yourself, do whatever you need to do to be comfortable with the language that you're using to get the information across that you need to, because after 30 seconds to a minute, you've lost them. They making their grocery list and thinking about the Pepco bill.
That's for sure. That is for sure. Look, if you got practice, go get on the elevator from the first floor to the third. If you ain't figured it out, you're too long.
Ooh, you sharp today this morning. But that's a good idea. Get on that elevator on the first floor, push 3, you should be finished.
Exactly.
Another thing I want people to think about when they're selling is, and this is not like direct selling, but keep it professional.
Yes.
Your website, your business cards, your social media platforms, your demeanor, your personality, the way you move in and out of spaces. You don't want to be in your community at the grocery store fighting some little old lady over the last cart. You know, you never know who's looking. And so always keep it classy, always keep it professional. We all started down here, most of us did. And, you know, all my stuff, all my backgrounds weren't the greatest. All my business cards weren't the greatest. But as we develop, we do better. And if we know to do better, we will do better.
Yes.
So I challenge you to clean up, look around and look at yourself and say, is this somebody I would really do business with? At yourself. Right. And I had some challenges with that when people felt that I was too cheery and chipper and you know how I am. I'm high level. And they were like, well, they didn't see that as a business startup kind of demeanor, but they were wrong because I'm authentic. So that's the next thing, be authentic. The money will come. Anything you'd like to add, Yvonne?
I just want to confirm authenticity is everything. Be true to you and be yourself, because that's what people are paying for also. They're paying for what they're getting from you, from that personality, from who you are. That's all. That's it.
And sometimes they're just paying for a friend.
Yeah. And they like what they saw
Yep.
in who you are. So I just wanted to agree, yes. Be authentic and be yourself so that people can get the real, because who wants a fake business owner, pretending like you're something that you're not.
That's right. Now I have my challenges too. If you want to talk about some challenges, email me at
Right.
info@thebvdcenter.org. It's nothing that we can't talk through, work through, and share with each other. Success stories and challenges, they're all necessary.
Yes, and I'm always talking about my insurance. So if they want to hear, I am Yvonne Lorraine, and my email is IamYvonneLorraine@gmail.com. I'm here to share it all.
It's going to be a great business week, Yvonne. I am so
Yes.
looking forward to this week. And I appreciate all those who tune in with us
Yes.
and support us. Like, share, subscribe.
Yes. Today. Do it now.
See you next Monday.
Bye.